Hey Britt, we gotta get out of the office.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Road trip with Randy!
Where are we today, Randy?
I never see you guys on a weekend.
I know, right? Especially
Yeah,
a
what's going
weekend
on?
morning.
Weekend morning. Oh my God.
What did you get me out of bed for?
Yeah.
Come pounding on your door. You guys hungry today?
Always.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do a little flavor tour.
Okay.
We'll go through Flavor Town. How's
Yes,
that?
absolutely. Flavor tour of Flavor Town. It sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, it's a flavor tour through downtown Quincy here. All the cool places around down here that you can go and have something good to eat or good to drink or sample all the local goods and everything. So you want to go take a walk through the thing?
Yeah, I just want
Absolutely.
to mention that I'm glad we got coffee because, as I mentioned, it is a Saturday morning and I'm still not with it. So forgive me for anything that I do or don't say.
The future's so bright you got to wear shades.
That's right.
The Electric Larry gasoline.
Oh, the Electric Larry. It's my favorite.
EFB is part of the flavor tour brought to you by See Quincy. Come check this out with us.
Well, first of all, welcome. Who's from Quincy? All right, and who's from out of town? You guys? Where from?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Cool. Des Moines. West Des Moines.
West Des Moines.
Careful distinction there. West Des Moines, Iowa.
difference.
There is a difference. It's probably one street, but it's a big difference. Well, welcome to Quincy. Welcome to the Flavor Tour in Flavor Town that Brittany says I gotta call it Flavor Town.
Flavor
Guy
Town.
Fieri's gonna sue me for that one.
Oh.
But you are on 6th Street, specifically 6th and Hampshire right here. This is what has become known as the 6th Street Promenade.
Hey, who are you?
I'm Brett Austin. I do downtown stuff and I work on the district board. This is my wife, Joy.
Hi, how are you?
And she is actually the Illinois Main Street director.
Yeah.
So we live, eat, and breathe this Main Street stuff. Also here, you've got Randy, Ashley, and Brittany from Muddy River News. They are going to be filming this because we're doing some promotional pieces for our tourism. So if you don't want to be on camera, just stand behind them. But either way, you're going to get on camera somehow. We promise. If it gets 1 million hits on YouTube, we'll give you a fee.
Okay.
Well, you'll get a free flavor tour in the future.
On us. Yes.
So we're going to go various places today. We're going to go for your guys that are meeting you. We're just going straight down 6th Street. We're going to let you saunter through the farmers market here, and then we're going to have our first food at 8 Open down here on the corner. Really great restaurant,
Yeah. So
featuring
good.
some like kind of southern food, fusion food, a lot of good chicken sandwiches and stuff. Right
Yeah,
here,
very.
specifically, kind of like where you're at, you're really in the heart of the downtown. We've got a couple things going on beyond this 6th Street Promenade, which was a partnership between the district and the city, and totally reimagining this street and redoing all of not just what's on the street, but what's all below it too, redoing all the sewer, water, all that stuff that's not so fun but has to be done. Coming up, we have two guys that are developers. They're actually the owners of the patio restaurant and the armory business. They're going to look at developing this bank building right here into a boutique hotel. Hey Haley. Oh, that's who we're waiting for? Oh, hi.
You can join us if you want.
Oh, okay. If we were waiting for him, we should have moved on. But anyway, reimagining this building into a boutique hotel with a restaurant and a reception area on the first floor. And so we had a lot of businesses here. One of the reasons this happened is if you look down there, not something you usually feature as one of your strong points, but that is our county jail down there. We did it in a way that was sort of tried to fit in a little bit more into the aesthetic feel. It's still a jail, but at least it doesn't look so bad. But what it did is it closed off 6th Street to Broadway, so the traffic went to almost zero on this street. So it gave this opportunity to kind of reimagine what could go on here. And this is sort of a template for what possibly could be done on several other streets. And it's an expensive endeavor, so we'll see how far we get, but sometimes resources can be limited. But this was all helped by a state grant, which partnered with city funds. You got anything to add to that?
The other fun thing is that this is the street where a lot of people have started to live. So a lot of the lofts that are up above these buildings have been occupied now by a lot of residents, so it's a lot of fun. We actually live right downtown, so we just love that our neighborhood has become just a lot more fun, lots of things going on, obviously events, activities in the market, but it's just a really great place that's been lots of people just coming back to our downtown district, so we're really happy about that.
So the farmers market is normally over in Washington Park. We had Blues in the District last night. It's been raining a lot too, but once in a while they have it staged over here just to mix it up. I like it in the park because of the shade and the trees, but we're in the middle of deciding how that's going to happen. But we have had some really great concerts already on the street. The Makers Market, which happens twice a year, has been a great event, over 100 vendors, and drew a lot of people in. So I'm just going to let you free roll down the street, and there's booths on either side. Check out anything you want. We got about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll go down. This will be closed by the time we get done, so if there's anything you see that you want, grab it now because it won't be open when we get back around to it. So
we'll just meet at the end of the block
at
11:40.
11:40, okay. We are filming some from Muddy River News, so you are on camera, so keep your best gossip quiet.
Or spill it.
Yeah.
Spill it.
Yeah, it'll definitely be on camera.
are delicious.
I've never had them before, but I've heard everybody talk about them. So today is kind of my, popping the cherry on the disco fries, and I do not regret it.
These are my go-to bring me back to life fries.
So he said it's French fries topped with bacon, sausage gravy, scallions, and then of course we have to have our ketchup because who doesn't use ketchup in fries?
Okay, so we just ate at the lovely 8 Open Southern Kitchen. We had their kind of what they call their
disco fries,
which is just basically a spin off of what's called a poutine with potatoes and gravy and stuff. So that was their version of it, kind of a fun fusion version. Who doesn't like fries, sausage,
with
gravy, and bacon, right?
Yes.
Right. There's nothing in there that sucks, for sure.
Yeah, and not small portions either.
Yeah. So next stop is we're gonna just go slightly up the block here to one of our newest businesses on 6th Street. We're really gonna lighten up the food fair and throw some ice cream at you.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be, it's like a diet meal. So we're gonna head on up the block here.
Hi.
You ready for us?
So one of the really fun things about this business and this space is you can see that about 3 or 4 of these now on 6th Street with the garage doors that open full front. Really a lot of interaction between the street and coming into the space, more than just your regular door. And it's been a great deal. How long have you been open here now? Okay, almost a year. Like being on the 6th Street Promenade. This is the Shandy herself. So,
The Shandy.
but a great addition here. Bringing more family stuff downtown. Always an issue to not have enough stuff for families to do. But between the market and this and some of the restaurants, you can really see how you can get a whole family with kids down here and get some interaction between the food and the ice cream and everything.
Yeah.
Another person that started out really as kind of an ice cream truck business in a sense was coming to farmers market and transitioned and matured into a brick and mortar space.
Which
So
we love and
we're
we're so
happy to
excited
have
about.
her here, and she's gonna give us out a sample of some stuff. And we just love this space. It's so bright and open and fun to be in here. So go ahead and get what she's got. So if you look around here, we really consider 6th and Hampshire to be the actual sort of heart of the district in terms of like the geography of the district. The district is 96 square blocks, so we call that, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's great that we have 96 blocks of this historic architecture. So many of the buildings are here. Obviously some things have changed over time. But it's a very large downtown for a city our size. On the flip side of that is, it's a very large downtown for a city of our size, and it does struggle with maintaining infrastructure and all the things that downtowns have to do. When I was younger, this place got gutted in the 80s because we had a mall come, we had big box stores come, and we had basically a retail version of suburban flight. out of the downtown, and it really cratered this area, and it's taken a long time for it to come back. I would say in the last 10 years it's probably the most rapid growth that I've seen in the downtown. I would give Quincy about a B- in terms of where we're at so far. There's a lot of room to grow, and there's a lot of buildings that are still vacant, especially upper story buildings. But we're working on that, and there's some different programs for that. There's now a lot of different private investment going on. So on this street alone, these 2 blocks, there's been 32 residential units built within the last 7 years. There's a couple cool things about this block, and one of the history things I wanted to talk about that was really a turning point in Quincy's downtown. In 1945, it was in April of 1945, it was actually the same day that FDR died, who was the president at the time. A tornado ripped through downtown Quincy, and there's several indications of that. Not this building specifically, but it came through a diagonal pathway through here. If you look back here and you see this large metal steeple, that's St. Boniface Church. That was actually built in the 1960s. The original 2 churches, St. Boniface and St. Peter's, sat right there. City Hall is the low brick building. Both those churches were destroyed in the tornado, and then subsequently one was being rebuilt and burnt down in a fire. There's a 4-story building, 2 4-story buildings over there that are now 2-story buildings, and there's just a pathway through there. It's actually where a lot of our parking lots are, and it just raked a pathway right through, and it was very tight, so it was just like almost like drew a line through Quincy. Out of that came some really nice rebuilding in the 1960s, and then downtown kind of had a resurgence at that point. But then obviously with the mall in the 80s, it kind of took another turn. This building actually used to be a 4-story building. It was 2 buildings put together. It was a 4-story building. It was called Block and Cool. It was a big department store. It had a fire. It had another fire. And then finally they were just like, well, we're just going to make it a 1-story building. So when I was a kid, this was actually the Walgreens, and there was a soda fountain lunch counter on this side. But that used to be a 4-story building. This building here was originally called the Kresge Building. It's been Kurland's for a long time. They've slowly kind of wrapped up their business and gone out of business. And just recently, Architectnics, which is a big architecture firm, moved from the top floor of the WC building and redid the whole top of this, and this is their new offices. All right, so that where we stopped before is kind of the commercial part of the downtown, but if you wanted to go with the historical heart of the downtown, you definitely would point to Washington Park. This is the oldest actually formal park in Quincy, and this was the town square basically. It looked a little different. It's been changed over the years. One of the most significant things about this park is that in 1858 there was a Lincoln-Douglas debate here. Everyone thinks it's a presidential debate. That's wrong. It was for the U.S. Congress. They were debating for a House seat. But this is where Abraham Lincoln gave a very famous speech about a house divided upon itself cannot stand when he was talking about slavery. So that was right at this location. There's a couple of very, very early photographed pictures. A lot of these buildings weren't here, obviously. The county courthouse was over here. It looked very different. This whole park had fences. You can kind of see how it's chopped up into wedges. There was a cattle market in this park. They would bring livestock here, and it had auctions for livestock. In the center, there was always been kind of a fountain area. It looked a lot different back then. We got this splash pad now. There's a statue there at the end of the tour. If you want to come back, walk through this way, there's a statue there commemorating the speech that was put up in, I believe, 1908 on the 50th anniversary. In 1958, they buried a time capsule for the 100th year. And then in 2008, that was dug up, and we did a 150-year, whatever that's called, sesquicentennial deal. And then this plaza was built, and there's concrete on there that it's in the form of what you can see the United States look like at that time, and how the Louisiana Purchase was expanding the United States. So a lot of history in this park. This is where we hold a lot of concerts. Blues in the District is here. We have an arts fair here. Splash Pad brings in a lot of kids, and people come around. There's some bathrooms that have been built over there, and this gazebo's been here since the 1910s, actually. This is where we're headed, the History Museum. But before we get there, one other building to point out. This is just such a cool building. This was a state savings and loan building as a precursor to Mercantile Bank, which you see here. Mercantile Bank actually went from there to there to there. And you can see in the evolution of decades of different types of buildings. Very architecturally significant building. Both this building and that building are called Romanesque style. This one is actually called Richardson Romanesque because it uses this different type of pink stone. It's like a version of a granite stone, and that's a limestone building, so different types, but you can see the arches and how they're similar. Our founder of Quincy, first settler of Quincy, John Wood, a lot of things are named for him around this town. Our whole community college is called John Wood Community College. Came here in the early 1820s, which was pretty early to be in this westward expansion. A lot of people rushed to the Mississippi River because they knew that that could be commerce and traffic, and really the whole reason Quincy is here is because we sit on the Mississippi River, and we have one of the largest bays, inland bays on the Mississippi River in the whole length of it, certainly in the northern part of it.
Famously, because of John Wood, Quincy was actually the capital for like a few months while they were building his house here. So they actually let him do business here.
He became governor of Illinois in 1859. No, I don't have that great a memory. It's right on the statue right there. A very entrepreneurial guy, started a lot of different businesses, had his house here, owned a bunch of land on the south side of Quincy, lived and died here in Quincy, lived a very long time for that day, 82 years old, but was governor of Illinois for 1 year in a transition period, and we were the capital of Illinois for a year, just because he didn't want to live in Springfield and move, I guess. I don't know. He had that kind of pull.
He did.
So we have our little statue here to him. This is the building we're going to go to. Again, this Romanesque style. We're going to get to see the addition that they just put on in the back. And this was actually the Quincy Public Library from the late 1800s when it was built until all the way up until the late 1970s. Our library is a couple blocks over there now. But that room up at the third floor, the circle room, that used to be the kids' reading room, and I can remember being like 5 years old and going up there and reading books. So a lot of history. So glad that this building was saved because it was in poor repair for a long time. The History Museum is located here. They have a private endowment fund, which really helps keep it up.
Oh my gosh, I'm
So full.
stuffed. And this place is beautiful.
Yeah.
Worth the walk.
Definitely worth the walk.
I've never been in here.
I was going to say, I have never visited this. Talk about taking things for granted as a Quincyan. Just the history, the brief history lesson we heard downstairs. Like, I probably need to do more stuff like this so that I can actually appreciate our history and what Quincy has to offer.
Absolutely, and there are so many picture opportunities along the way, and our tour guides have been great.
Fantastic.
Like, they know their stuff.
Again, things that I mean, I've lived here my entire life.
We work in the main center. I didn't know all the history behind that.
I didn't even know half.
Did you know there was a tornado that went through down there?
I did know that.
I did.
You did know.
I did know that. I did know about JCPenney and the fire.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about all of the historical facts about, well, this building was 4 stories high. Those are things that once that information is gone, it's gone. So I'm glad that we're getting to take part in it and actually learn something for once.
Brandy, go take a picture of us over here. It's Instagram worthy.
Did everyone like the History Museum? It's a cool spot, and there's a lot more to see in there, and they revolve those exhibits all the time. So again, come back to Quincy anytime and visit that. I think she said like 10 to 4, Tuesday through Saturday. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go up to On the Rail here. Kind of give you the lay of the land. This is actually, Joy and I own these buildings right here. We live right up there. We love living downtown. We have a nice loft up there, featured on Muddy River Cribs at one point. So right now for tenants, we have the Children's Museum. This is a developmental museum for them. They bought a building called the Quincy Paper Box Building. Actually, they were gifted that building. It's just on the next block. It's about a 28,000 square foot building. It was an old paper manufacturing, like boxes and gift boxes and stuff. It's been vacant for a long time, just as a warehouse. They were gifted the building. They're fundraising in about a year and a half more. Of course, we love having them as a tenant, but in about a year and a half, they're gonna go into that main facility, and Quincy's gonna have a really, really state-of-the-art, nice children's museum. They're investing about $10 million in that building. So it's going to be a great draw for Quincy, another family thing, so that's great. We're happy to have him here as a transition. This place is averaging about 8,000 guests a month, which for this size space is a lot. There's pretty much a school bus here every day, dropping kids off. They're here for an hour. Very interactive experience, so that's great. This is a place that we're going called Districts Designs. It's a consignment resale shop, a lot of craft people. They all have their booths, so take some time to look around.
That about wraps it up for us, doesn't it?
It does.
I think so.
What a great tour this has been.
You got to see this cocktail that she's making.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because we're putting the cherry on the flavor tour cake, if you will. It has been a great time. Like I said, I think I've myself, probably like many other Quincyans, probably take all of this rich history and all the things we have to offer here
I
for
agree.
granted. So it's a really great way, even if you live in Quincy, to kind of expand your horizons, learn a thing or two, and enjoy everything our local vibe has to offer in the downtown area.
Yeah, if you want to get on a flavor tour, visit seequincy.com. You can sign up there. They're every Saturday from now until the end of August.
Yeah, perfect. And obviously, Brett and Joy have been gracious hosts and
Yeah.
tour guides, so
They know their stuff.
They definitely do. Make it interesting, make it fun. It's there's something for everybody. So even if you've been here your whole life, I guarantee you're going to find something that you didn't know.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that does it, right?
Yeah.
We're wrapping it up.
Wrapping
We want
it
to see
up.
this cocktail, but yeah,
There's one right there.
yeah, it's old fashioned.
Fancy. Ready?
Okay. Are we going to cheers with Brett?
Yes.
I'm an old-fashioned,
Ready?
a seasoning elderflower cocktail or a vodka.
Later, Randy.
Thanks, Randy.